The fabric of a vibrant community stems from its forward thinking, and Hong Kong is always looking to stay ahead, especially in the ever-changing financial sector. With the amalgamation of art and blockchain technology, the evolution has never been more dynamic. In this episode of DV, Yancy speaks to different types of artists to get their perspectives on this new opportunity to expand their potential reach and value. We're also checking in with NFT art collectors to talk about a community's role in this. Let's get started.
Traditional art has always been tangible. However, there are more and more intangible arts, such as NFT themselves. Big brands have been creating digital assets to join on this NFT wagon. People are taking loans to buy these NFTs. I myself have also got some NFTs myself. I see them on social media every single day of my friends posting them as well. So what is NFT and what does this mean for traditional art? Does this create more opportunities or does it create more risk? Today I'll be meeting a few of my friends who are collectors and also digital creators. And I want to see their perspective of NFT and this metaverse and what it means to them.
That's a good question, Yancy. How do artists leverage this as an opportunity rather than a risk too big to take? I'm all ears.
Alfred, thank you for inviting me to your amazing studio.
It's my pleasure, Yancy.
But before we talk about, your amazing threaded art piece, let's talk about, what were you doing before?
Probably you're not gonna believe it. I was a nutritionist 10 years ago.
A nutritionist?
Yes. About 3 years ago, I turned myself into a full-time artist, making all this artwork with a thread.
Were you always an artist, or did you have the interest to draw before?
Yes, when I was a child, I also draw with a pen or brushes like everyone else. But one day, I'm thinking about what can I do to differentiate myself to others, to bring new insights to people in Hong Kong or in the world. So I chose the simplest material, a thread, to create this kind of artwork. Last year, I completed my first exhibition in Hong Kong, and I think many people in Hong Kong didn't see this kind of art before.
You know what's so special about your threaded art piece? It's three-dimensional, so you can see how it's away from the canvas and how it sticks out.
Yeah, and you can even touch the artwork.
Yeah,
it's not like the drawing and this kind of artwork. I can feel the emotion of the artwork when I complete it. Yeah, sometimes if I finish a bigger one, when I stand right in front of the artwork, I will even cry. So it really touched my heart.
How long does it take you to finish all of these pieces?
Bigger one like this one, it takes about 1 month to complete it. For a small one like this, around 2 to 3 weeks.
So as a thread artist, I know you have been creating these tangible art that people can physically see and physically touch. But I know you have entered into this NFT metaverse.
Yes, that's right.
So the fact that it's digital, what does this mean for you?
Actually, for traditional artists like me or others, although we cannot use these traditional materials to create NFT like what digital artist does, but we can still see NFT as a way to connect our follower directly or even new clients.
From an artist's perspective, what advice would you give someone who also is doing tangible artwork and is interested in entering into the metaverse with NFT?
I think they have to fully understand what is NFT. They have to understand how their work can perfectly become NFT. So most of the traditional artists like me, all of my work are not the same. It's very unique work because NFT is like 1,000 to 10,000 pieces of NFT work. They look like the same, but the accessory is not the same, right?
Oh yes.
Yes. So that is the specific part of NFT. So how can your work become like them? This is the part you have to consider. Not directly turn your artwork's image into NFT and put it in the blockchain, and that's not the right way. You try to create NFT, you have to think about how can you build up a community behind your work. This is the most important and critical point. If without the supporting of community, then your NFT work is useless, it's meaningless. You have to have a group of experts behind you, work with you, and build a stronger relationship with your fans in the community.
So just spoke to Alfred, and he was talking about how he moved his tangible assets to an NFT. So this gallery allowed him to do that, right?
Right, because actually traditional art collectors, they prefer to have the tangible art, so it's like all these beautiful pieces.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, they might not believe the NFT because it's intangible. They don't know what they spend on the money. They don't have the actual work. So for this exhibition, we are trying to link the online to the offline. So you can get both the tangible art and the NFT, and you can actually pay cash. So you don't have to set up all these crypto. Yes. Well, you have to set up the wallet, but then you don't have to get the exchanges rate or those kind of gas-free minting fee for the crypto. So you just directly set up the wallet and get the NFT.
What happens if they don't have the app or wallet? Can they come to the gallery and you teach them?
Yes, we do. We do have a tutorial video, so you can just follow the steps and you can set up your own wallet. And then once we got your wallet number, we can just directly send the NFT to your wallet.
But actually, you are the one who set up this gallery. Like, why did you have this thought at the beginning? Like, how did you get yourself into NFT in the first place?
Well, to be honest, I'm more a traditional art collector, and I believe in tangible arts instead. But then, like these years, it's all about NFT, crypto. For me, NFT is kind of like tablets. So some people said tablets, it will take over the desktop computers.
Yeah.
But then, to me, it's kind of like we need both.
Yeah.
So like right now we have tablets and computers. So in the future we're gonna have the original arts, the tangible arts.
And you believe in this as well.
And we have the NFT, yes.
Yeah. I heard that like NFT will allow the owner to become part of the community.
If you hold the NFT, it's kind of like a membership. So you get these privileged invitation or activity to join. That's why people holding the NFT, they always want to join the whitelist. That's the VIP list in the crypto world.
That's also a benefit of having an actual gallery, is so people can know that they're buying the real legitimate
Yes,
NFT,
it is.
and not have this worry of fraud.
Yes, and that's why we have these exhibition. We have this online to offline, so people can really feel they actually getting the tangible piece, and then we send them the NFT. So it's the whole process. It's
just
more,
so smooth. And
yes, so smooth.
relaxing.
Yes.
What an interesting strategy to facilitate these artists into the world of NFTs. Now, we speak to a reputable digital artist, and I can't wait to hear his thoughts.
Tommy, you're such a famous and popular digital creator on social media, and I know you entered the metaverse with like NFT. But what was the process like? Was it easy, would you say?
Well, it pretty much like you have to learn a lot about NFT first before you jump into it. And you have to create a wallet and turn your artwork into an NFT and put it in the market.
But like, what made you do this transition?
I was invited to participate in digital art fair last year. And this was my first experience with NFT. And I learned everything from there. And I think it's a new way to reach more people. For me as a creator, I do my artwork as the same as before, and I just turn it in NFT at the end. People can just watch my artwork through social media, but you're just watching. If people that want to own it, what's the way? And I think NFT is one of the ways that you can own my artwork.
But I know you actually do like prints out of your like content. Does this mean you will stop doing traditional printing and then you'll have everything back on the NFT with the metaverse?
Oh no, not at all. I still prefer printing over NFT because I think that you can actually have it, touch it, feel it,
hang it.
Yes, I think printing in the large format, you can actually see all the detail that I put in each artwork.
Do you think, like, as a digital creator on social media, do you feel like you have an advantage in comparison to, I don't know, people who do traditional art?
I think it's the same. You just adapt to your artwork to this format. And digital art or not, I think is at the end is the same in NFT world.
So as a Hong Kong artist, you've been creating digital art for such a long time. But let's say I am like a new artist and I want to enter the digital metaverse world of NFT. What tips or like advice could you give me?
Well, I think you have to be clear of what you want to create, how you present your artwork. The most importantly, I think, be original and always try to transmit your message through your artwork, which I have been doing.
Yes, your stuff is so relatable to like Hong Kong people.
Yeah, because I always try to speak through my artwork about everything is happening in Hong Kong. And there's always a meaning or message behind my artwork.
Welcome back. It's a finance feature segment and we're looking into the fusion of art and NFT worlds. Across the harbour, Yancy is set to speak with a couple of NFT art collectors showcasing their renowned collection.
Jason, thank you for meeting me today and showing me your NFTs that you have previously purchased.
Yep.
But tell me about your journey.
Well, I started like everyone else and being skeptical, what's NFT, but with certain research and learn about it, then we become more confident. I started looking at the apes here, and when I started, it was 1.75 ETH. After 3 days of learning what's NFT, I see the price just keep going up day by day, so I made the call. From that, we formed a, I would say a collector club that we have gathered everyone like myself, of 150 of us. All came from different walks of life around the world. And so we gather, we share, we learn, and we go together.
But let's go back. What is NFT?
Oh, very good question. I think a lot of people hear that being asked and asked every day. Let's say you have a $100 bill.
Okay.
I have a $100 bill. We can exchange it, right?
Okay.
Because it means the same to you.
Yes.
And if I have a $100 bill, you have two 50s, we can still exchange.
The value's the
That's
same.
what means by fungible. It goes with the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, or all these coins that I may own a Bitcoin, you may own a Bitcoin, but maybe I only own 0.01 of a Bitcoin, but you own 1 Bitcoin. We still use the same sentence. But then NFT, it's something that's unique. It cannot be fungible because that's the only one and only exists in the blockchain.
Right.
Blockchain of NFT, it's for distribution. It's also on the ledger. No one can manipulate or tamper with. So it proves an ownership of something, and that's then NFT. NFT is more than just a picture of a 2D image. It can be 3D, it can be a character, it can be music, it can be movie. And I see that NFT, the world's gonna adopt to that technology. In the long run, I do foresee our Hong Kong ID card.
Yeah, I think identifications, university certificates, they are traceable to the university and they have a ledger. And it cannot be copied.
Exactly, and also the house deed, your car registration, or even to buy the next concert ticket to eliminate all the fraud.
Fraud.
Yeah.
As a collector, how do you find the collections that you want to invest in?
Well, there are actually news every day. There are platforms that we can see what's coming up, what's next. You can join the social media, see what's inside, see the announcement, learn the community, and see if you think they can deliver what they promise.
You mentioned that the community is one of the values of NFT, but what other values are there?
Well, actually, the community drives the project, but then you also need the developer to deliver what they promise. So we always look into the project, whether it's playing games or some sort of roadmap, what are they trying to achieve, and do they have some certain tokens that is used in their game? So are there any diversified substances that we can keep on investing? And there are newcomers that were willing to join, and that's what really drives a project that go far.
So other than the community, it's kind of like the developer's mission.
Yes.
They need to understand.
As in the roadmap and the white paper. And in the stocks market, you know, before they do anything, IPO or anything, they got stacks of paper that you really have to read. In NFT, it's the same. There are things that you can really study before you invest. So do not FOMO into, and you bought into it without knowing what's the substance of the NFT. In the NFT projects or any new NFT projects that's about to launch, everything can be fake. You can have a fake community, you can have a fake project, you can have a fake developer. I would say dive in with your research. If you don't have time to research, better not.
Better not invest.
Yeah, better not invest if you're not willing to commit your own time to learn about it. Because contribution is the most important. And then don't over-invest. Do not over-invest of what you cannot lose, because it can go to zero for the bad projects. But the good ones, yeah, I would say it's a long-run thing.
Edmund, I know you are an NFT collector. How long have you been collecting NFT for?
I've been collecting NFT for around a year. Like, I bought my first NFT, which is the Bro 8 Yacht Club in 2021 in June and July.
What triggered your interest?
Actually, I am similar to most of the people. I do not have an IT background. I work in one of the big four accounting firms, and there's an audit and valuation. The reason that I first entered into the NFT market is that I have believed in crypto. Like, before I have my first NFT, I actually invest in Bitcoin like for 3 to 4 years before. I believe that when the crypto ecosystem they grow, then the application for crypto like the decentralized finance and NFT, they will grow as well. The Bro 8 Yacht Club, which is a project, and it's interesting to me because the project founder, they try to incorporate the community element into the NFT project. When you go to Twitter, you can see there's a lot of ape owners. They will like follow each other, and with the hashtag, the ape follow apes. And they try to like build a strong community with the NFT. So to me, I would think the NFT is like a membership card that is proven by blockchain. That I hold this card, I can enjoy the benefit bring by the NFT project. And I like the community because when you look at the community, there's a lot of celebrity, and there's also many famous the art collector. They are also in the community. You can get more information in the crypto because crypto is a very fast-growing industry, and
yes, it's information, so much.
Information is everything.
Well, how big is the community in Hong Kong?
For me, I actually entered in a Hong Kong collector group of the Bro 8 since I brought the NFT. There's a guy called Jason. He just opened a Facebook group, and he's trying to gather all the people with Bro 8 to get into that group. At the very beginning, I was just curious, and I would like to see what would happen if I join the group, and then I joined the group. I remember one day he just opened a post in the Facebook group, and he saying that he's the director of a US listed company, and he would like to bring all of us with the Bro 8 to do something big in the Web3 market. And I was quite surprised at that time because I never think that someone will like step out and try to lead us to do something big in the NFT space.
How did that make you feel?
We have a strong community, we have trust among the members, and these are all the value of our group that we can process to the other stage, and we are now collaborating with different kind of projects.
So you mentioned about the community before, and you need to do some research before you buy any NFT. But what research did you do?
I think the first thing is that you need to go to the website and see who funded the project. See if they like disclose their name and background? If yes, then you could maybe go to LinkedIn or Twitter to search their background or their history to see if the founder is trustworthy. Because to me, an NFT project is like a very early startup company. They may promise you to deliver a lot of value to you in the future. They may have a very good roadmap, but if they're lying, then you get nothing after you pay your money or you invest in the project. So I think the most important thing is that you have to be quite sure that the founder is trustworthy and at least they are willing to disclose their name on the websites. For most of the NFT project, they will have their roadmap or their information in their website, Twitter or Discord. I think these are the three major channels that I could obtain the information directly from the project. And also in our community, we have a lot of different people. They will spend time doing research on the different kind of project. If they have good project, they will share the information to all of us and we could also take as a reference.
NFT and metaverse has been exponentially growing in the past few years, and there's definitely been a movement from physical art to intangible art. But today we learned from Ruby and Alfred that it's important to preserve traditional art. So let's not be too hasty when we are investing, and we need to do our research early. Whether you're an aspiring artist, collector, or an investor, this is the perfect opportunity for us to learn and invest in the future.